Not. I was watching drama, enjoying myself at the staircase.
And that's it, folks. Hi guys, welcome to the channel. Welcome to the channel. Guys, I don't have the rhythm. Woo! The way I do not have the ending. Yeah, guys, I'm missing the. Anyways, hi guys, welcome to the channel. It's your girl Kensani Dorcas. You know the vibes. Yes, we're channeling the vibes. Yes, ma'am. Yes, so today, guys, I am with the beautiful, the comedian at heart, the one and only
Keep stopping by.
Hi, guys. Yes, guys, this is Jane. Me and Jane have known each other for some time now. Yes, and well, I'm just gonna be asking Jane some very personal and hopefully they make her uncomfortable, okay? Hopefully the questions that I have for her, sorry my English, hopefully the questions that I have for her will make her uncomfortable, okay? Yeah. So first things first, Jane, when did you come to Ukraine?
2018, like 3 years ago.
3 years ago. Wow. And what year are you in now?
Fourth year. Just started.
Just started fourth year. How old were you when you came to Ukraine, Jane?
You people, man. I was 15.
She was 15. Kenzani, how old were you when you came to Ukraine? I was 18. 18! I was 18.
It's not my fault. It's not my fault.
Guys, honestly, like, I feel like this was so unfair, but it's fine. But like, how was the experience for you? Like, leaving home and everything?
Oh, you think I left alone? Nah, my mom dragged herself with me.
Wow.
I'll let you guys want to know that story. It's crazy.
Yes, we want to know that story.
Okay, so what happened was that my mom was like telling my dad like, no, there's no way I'm sending my 15-year-old daughter with some guy that we just met. I don't care if he calls himself an agent. So she like really mounted pressure on him. He got mad. He called his sister. You know, now we're speaking to the sisters now. No, he called his sister, and then he now I don't know what he said to her. So his sister called my mom. It was like this entire
Family
room,
affair.
like family. I was just sitting at the staircase watching the drama because I don't know what was going on. All I know is I was going places I didn't think I was gonna go anyway. So, you know, his sister calls my mom and now starts asking her what's the problem. My mom now explains the situation because, you know, mother speaking to a mother, and she's.
Would you say you were confused in this situation?
Absolutely not. I was watching drama, enjoying myself at the staircase.
And that's it, folks. That's it, everyone.
I was enjoying myself at the staircase. So after the entire drama, me thinking my mom was genuinely concerned about me, she just calls me and starts laughing. It's like, mama just got herself a ticket to Ukraine.
She got a ticket to Ukraine! She going to Europe! From Africa! She been going to Europe! Just 15! She's flying to Europe. 15! I was in grade 10! I was in grade 10.
Seriously, it's not that big. It's like the system. It's a Nigerian system. Sure, I skipped a few. It's just a few.
Well, guys, I was literally in grade 10. I was literally in grade 15. Wait, 15? Was I in grade?
Grade 9 is like just one. Grade 10. No.
Yeah, I was in grade 10.
In grade 10.
Yeah,
I don't
like
know.
last year of like before senior year, before being a senior.
Oh, now it makes sense. Yeah, definitely makes
Yeah.
sense. So like, I don't know how grades work. We don't have like I was in grade this.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just have like, you know, primary school, junior secondary, then senior secondary, so that kind of thing. So we don't have like especially like grade 1, grade 2. So it's really confusing.
So you guys don't have like an initiation, maybe like national exam to like get into high school?
No, we have that, but it's just like we don't call it like grade.
Oh.
Yeah, we don't call it grade. We call it like primary 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then junior secondary 1, junior secondary 2, 3, senior secondary. So it's just pretty straightforward.
So how many years is like everything together?
So that's senior secondary 1, 2, 3. That's 3. like secondary school is like 6 years, and then primary school, depending on the school you go to, it's like 5 or 6 years. Some schools have like primary 6, which is like rehearsing everything, right? And then some schools just stop at primary 5, and you just go to senior second. Like you just go to secondary
11
school.
years.
So kind of, it's like 11 years altogether, 11 to 12, depending on the school you go to. But sis skipped 3 of those years, so
wow. So you skipped because you're smart?
No, only once. Okay, it was only once. It was only once that I skipped because I was smart. The last one was like by coincidence, pure coincidence. Actually, till date, I'm not sure if I did primary 1 or not because I ended up in the wrong class one time, and no one changed me.
So you probably just walked in. It was God. God was just like,
Child,
I'm gonna open that door for you, and you're gonna go straight to that class. You're gonna skip everything else.
It was the most frustrating. I don't know if you think that you're like some prodigy. It's the most frustrating thing ever.
Honestly, like you are a prodigy. Like you finished school when you're how old?
No, I was 14.
She was 13, guys.
13 going to 4. I think 13 turning going to 14.
She finished school when she was 13. At 13 I was in my
14.
first year of high school.
I think 13 going to 14 or something. I think I was 14 already. I think I was 14.
No, you were
already.
13. Let's say 13 so that you sound like a prodigy.
Like, I'm not sure because I think 13 going to 14 I finished school. 14 going to 15. Was that it? I don't know. I didn't pay attention. I was
so
just
you pretty much started varsity at 15.
Yeah, I started like 15.
Wow, guys. So anyone out there, if you want to start your varsity early, honey, you better get yourself to your career. Okay? Yes, Jane. Next question.
So many questions.
So, Jane, why are you holding the doll?
It's my comfort doll. Oh. I'm not used to YouTube. Look at his face. Look how peaceful his face is right now. He's making me feel safe, okay?
We are very happy for you and you come the zone. Yes. So, Jane, how has life been for you in these 3 years of being in Ukraine? What are the pros and what are the cons of this whole experience?
The con is winter. I don't know how y'all survive winter, but the con is winter. I miss the con is winter. The con is no African food. Apart from those two, life in Ukraine is pretty chill. It can be boring because I'm in like the usual small city, but the winter,
the winter is pretty bad.
The winter is like really bad.
It's
and
really
like,
bad, especially for us this side.
Especially
we're closer
for
to
us. We're closer to Russia, so it's like, crazy.
It's bad.
And like. I was literally, there was like the last winter I was 100% sure they were gonna take off my fingers because it was minus 27 degrees and I get cold really easily. Like even back in Nigeria, I'd have like ice block hands, so no blood circulation. And then when your hands are like super cold and you put it under hot water,
and then they do all that.
And they do that painful thing. Exactly. I was sure they were gonna take off my fingers.
That's really bad. I remember this one time, literally, it was really like snowing. And it was windy as hell. And I called our curator because I'm the one who always initiates not going to class because I just feel like we should have free days, right? Exactly, right, Jane?
You calling me into this?
Duh, girl.
I'm like, y'all should go to school, okay? Don't be like Kenzie. Kenzie, go to school. Your parents are paying school fees. Just wait.
But guys, honestly, like you should have free days. Like, just chill. Have a self day, self-care, mental care.
That's
you know how many
weekends are for?
Weekends, Jane, Monday to Friday you have school. Saturday, Sunday you have schoolwork. Schoolwork. So in between those days you have to have mental health day. Okay? Okay? Or have a class or two online. Okay? Because let's be honest, some of these teachers, some of these lecturers actually have a lot in their hands, ne? So we have to also think about them and think about, they also need to have time for themselves, for their cats.
It's about them now.
I mean,
it's about them now. Okay.
I mean, we have to like think about other people. So like we called her and we're like, we don't think we're gonna make it to class today because it's snowing really badly and like we just can't get out of hostel. And she was like, oh, this is very normal. This is not even the worst part yet. Literally, this was like in first year, and literally we had to go outside and
Snow is the worst, guys.
yeah, it was just bad, honestly.
Like literally the worst. You know when you watch all those Christmas movies and it's like it only
and it's
snows
like,
for one day and like it's all
all
fun.
fun
They
and
lied to us the
games.
entire time.
No.
I was like, oh, I want to see snow. You know the typical African kid with a TV like, oh, see snow. I want to see snow. No, it's a horrible idea. Stay in your country. The country is just fine. It's a horrible idea.
And the worst part is that like summer, it's like it's break, right?
Yeah.
And then winter, it's time for school. Like honestly, like winter time is literally time for school. Like there's no break or anything.
I think only like the 1 month December. And
Yeah.
like, that's like when it's already like really cold. So it's like there's anything you can do about that. So it's like really cold.
That's just that.
But
only.
like
That's the only
if
thing
they
you
had
get.
like our African food, I guess I'll tolerate winter. But
Yeah, like comfort food.
comfort food.
Yeah, guys. So we don't have like African things here. The only thing.
I said we go out for those African shops. That
Yeah,
are
we have
super
African
expensive.
shops where things are like really expensive.
Super
like-
expensive.
Eco gel with. Eco styling gel, guys, is literally like 280, like 280 grievance. But then I also get it, like those people need to ship things.
Yeah, I know, I get it. It's just
Like-
like it's just like, you know, the
like-
comparison in your
Yeah.
brain. Like you
Like-
know that it should be this price for back home. It just kind of hurts
Yeah,
financially.
it does.
It's like, you know, the pocket pain, not the chest one. The chest one when the guy breaks your heart. This is pocket pain. Pocket pain is real.
Honestly, it's like it's pretty bad, guys. So let's get to another question that we need to ask Jane. Jane, what is one thing that you wish Ukraine had?
One thing I wish you can have.
Yeah.
Let me see. It's the food for me, guys. Everything else in Ukraine is fine. Everything else in Ukraine is fine. It's the food. Literally the food. I just want to eat regular African food. No, it's all fun and games till you're eating rice, macaroni, spaghetti, potatoes.
Oh, potatoes.
Back and
Cabbage.
back. Cabbage, back and back.
Should
for
appreciate
months.
cabbage from home, please.
For months.
Appreciate. Appreciate.
No, like everything. I don't know, because I don't know how the living conditions are for the actual Ukrainian citizens.
But like cabbage and whatnot, those are like their staples. Like,
That's like their
potatoes.
staples. But like it's too much, man. Back to back carbohydrates, and then during winter fruits get super expensive. So it's not like as if you can mix things up.
literally, inflation gets really like
And it's crazy.
really real here.
Like
it
literally,
gets, like, pretty. It gets pretty fast.
it just
pretty
goes
fast.
like it just.
Wait, what's the
skyrockets.
thing? It gets really pretty real fast. Yes. So that's what you say.
Okay.
It gets pretty real fast. Yeah.
So I think just the food.
Like
man.
literally, you're gonna go to a shop one time and like that whatever you're buying is, especially oil. Oil
is expensive. Something
oil.
was like
You
30 something.
It was 30 something. Yeah.
And now it's like 50.
Now it's like 50 something.
56. I think the usual ones we buy is like 56 now.
Yeah.
And like, do you know that
What they use?
bus fare is like 10?
Yes, it's 10.
Bus fare is like, it's
I
like
thought the guy
double
was-
the price.
Yeah, I thought the guy was gonna give me change. This one, guys. This one.
Yeah.
This one. This one. I'm also out. Yeah, this one. See? The struggles. It's 50.
I literally every single African person that I've asked literally just stood there expecting the person to give them change and realized they weren't.
Yeah, and then it's like 10. It's like, what?
It's like,
The
when?
funny thing is we can't even watch news. Okay, we can watch news, but the thing is we don't understand what they say. So even if they tell us that the bus fare is gonna be 10 grievance, we're not gonna understand. You understand?
I know what you're gonna say. You're in the country. You've been there for a couple of years now. Learn the language. No one is doing that.
No, honey.
I'm managing the brain space that I have for the anatomy. I know the scapula and also occipitalis. We're doing all of that. I don't have extra space.
Yeah.
How do we pass a language class? We're just
It's God.
It's God.
It's God.
It's God. You're like molecule.
Honestly, like it's so hectic. Like learning the language, guys. It's like I feel like honestly, like the problem is they make us learn like the ABCs and not really how can I do this in like when I get to a shop, how do I ask for this? How do I do this? Like some lecturers are literally gonna teach you those things, of which those are like the fundamental things. Yeah, like the basic things that you're gonna use like daily. But some of them just get there and they teach you like and some of them teach you in Russian, which is
and like you're like they're saying everything.
Yeah, and then when you change lecturers and you get another one, it's gonna be like, no, honey, that's Russian. You'll be like, what? So what have I been saying?
No, I think like the one that really gets me is that first you have one lecturer that's teaching you Ukrainian that you're actually vibing with, and then they change the lecture. And it's not like you're gonna mix like English with the thing for you to understand. You're speaking pure Ukrainian.
Pure Ukrainian. And they're gonna tell you you've been here for 3 years. You're supposed to know.
No, it wasn't like something that happened like the third year. It was like even like the first year, second year. Like I think when they changed the lady, because the first lady she was like really mean at first, but but she was actually like really teaching you, like you could understand. What she's like the next lady, because after the holidays, obviously you've lost a bit, and we don't have Ukrainian friends. That we interact with.
It's very hard, guys.
Yeah, so you learn something this semester. The 3 months holiday, it's all gone. There's no one to speak to, no one to interact with, and then it's like you're starting again. And then the next person that's coming is like spitting out pure Ukrainian, and you're just like, okay, I caught the first word. You lost me at minutes, but you lost me at my name right there. So like everything else you said, I did not catch that, but I totally agree with you. You're correct. Da. Just nod your head.
My favorite words in Ukrainian class, da.
Da, yes.
Which means yes. Yes.
No, my favorite word is
Хорошо.
My favorite word for Ukrainian class is urok zakinchi. Lesson over. Oh. Like urok zakinchi. Wow, it's like urok zakinchi. Da. And it's just gone. Like the lesson is over.
And also, sorry, say that again.
Yeah. It's like So
say, what's that? Those are my words.
It's like, what are those words in Ukrainian? It's like sorry, it's like vibashte, right?
Then I don't know anything about Ukrainian. Honestly, like I do not know anything. And I think, my faith in trying to know has decreased. It's honestly decreased.
Okay, now here's
like
my
if
question.
Google got me, guys. Google got me. Like Google got me. Like when I came here, Google was like, honey, me and you, we're in the same WhatsApp group. And I was like, okay, I got no problem with that. I mean, data is pretty much free, so me and you are gonna be together. And ever since, me and Google have had a very strong relationship for 3 years now. And we're still going strong.
Google is big.
So we're good. Like Google will never let me down, guys. Google is always with me, so I'm good. Even in yeah, we're good. We're good. Like we just yeah. Next question, Jane. Why are you looking at me like that? Why are you looking at me like that? Why are you looking at me like that?
Like what? I have no idea what you're talking about.
Jane, I want to come to a very, very sensitive issue. Right? So, do you ever feel peer pressure?
I feel it, I ignore it, and I kill it. Effortlessly. Since secondary school.
I think my question was wrong. Jane, have you ever done anything here that you would say you regret under peer pressure?
No.
No? How so?
It's like, if I don't want to do it, I'm not gonna do it. Like, literally.
She's very smart. Jane's mom, if you're watching this.
It's like, there's literally nothing. Because, like, you know, it went from the whole, let's go to this place. I'm tired, man. I want to sit down. Like, back when I used to
Guys,
like, watch
literally,
anime.
Jane is just the person who's just gonna, like, chill back. Like, she's gonna hype you guys. You're going out. She's gonna hype y'all.
Oh my gosh, is that your new guy? Show me his picture.
Honey,
It's like,
Jane is going to hype the hell out of you. And then when it's time to go, she'll be like, nah, bruh. Deuces.
who has energy for that? Like, peace out. Like
Jane is just gonna be that person, honestly.
I
Like,
just disappear.
this is y'all.
I don't
Bye.
think there's nothing.
The next day, oh girl, tell me all about it. What happened? You know?
No, just things. It's like, nah,
It's just
there's,
that-
there's nothing there's nothing.
But how
I've done.
so though? Like you came here when you were like really, really young. So how come?
I don't know. It's just the character I built in secondary school. It's like, you know, those was the lame ones in secondary school that turned out to be really cool in like uni life.
Yeah.
So, like, I just didn't have the strength for anything they were doing. Was it like the originals or something? Who was Klaus Michelson, by the way?
Yes, it is original.
I think it was originals. Like, everybody was like, oh, Klaus Michelson, save me. I was like, who the heck is that? I don't know. I just always had my way of doing things. Can you stop falling in love with the imaginary guy I just pulled up right now? Okay.
Klaus. He's an original. He's immortal.
Okay. So, like, I don't know. I just don't have the strength. It's just not my thing. Like, I like to do my thing. I'm not the typical. I like to do my thing, man. It's like, it's to sit down all day and binge watch anime, you know. Naruto and Code, that's it, like, yo, that's what we doing. I don't have strength. Because I know that if I go out there, like 5 seconds into it, I'm just gonna hate being there. I'm gonna leave. And that's the thing that really annoys my friends, is that I'm like, I want to go home. Why would you come out if you're just gonna leave anyway? And so just don't go. It doesn't make sense to go anyways.
Guys, just don't go.
Don't go.
Stay home.
Stay home.
Be warm. Hydrate yourself.
Netflix.
Alone. And chill. Alone.
Emphasis on the alone.
Yes.
Get a cat.
Self-love.
Get a cat if you're lonely. Turn into a crazy cat lady like
self-love.
Exactly.
Self-love, guys. You should love yourself. Self-love. Just be alone. You know, solitude is key, guys. Honestly, solitude is key. Jane, what were your expectations coming here?
I had 0 expectations. We're coming to school.
I feel like
you're gonna survive. I was like, I'm not the best person to ask questions because, like, I don't have, like, no super juicy answers. Oh my God, we're coming to Europe. No, all I know is that for the first time ever, I'm getting to school, you know, university life. Mom is coming with you.
Yeah, but didn't you, like, think, like, you know, like, you watched a lot of movies, didn't you? Like, all those high school, you know, university videos and whatnot, and
apart
think
from
it's gonna
High
be
School
the same.
Musical 1, 2, 3, everything else was no.
Yeah, but didn't you think like it's gonna be the same vibe, whatnot? Excuse me.
No,
You
genuinely
didn't?
not. I ended up landing here, right? I was like, all the strange people, and now I'm alone. And then, you know, Chelsea, you know, whatever Chelsea. Chelsea was like emphasizing on being my friend. I'm like, why do you want to be my friend? I'm just like, what the heck? Everybody's being so nice. That is super suspicious.
Like what's wrong with you?
like,
I'm African. What's
I'm
wrong?
African. What's wrong? I was just like, I'm in school now, guys. Guess what? I'm in school. I'm like, I know the first thing I did was to dump me with Freeman. Like with the pastor. Like, imagine you arrive in Europe for the first time and they put you in the hands of the pastor. Like, she's gonna be holy by force.
Better behave yourself.
I was just like, okay, this is my life now. We gotta wake up, go to school.
Yeah.
You know, the first couple weeks were like, oh, this is actually super easy.
Yeah, because you have a lot of free time.
Yeah, I actually have a lot of free time compared to like the usual thing.
Yeah.
Like, this is gonna be super easy. Oh my goodness, 5 in that subject, and then the next thing you know, it's going down the hill.
True. That's because all like the you know, the hard workness that's put in us, like
Yeah.
when we're like home, like work hard to get like, you know, the best marks and everything. And all that just wears out eventually.
It just wears out because
like,
at a point, you just kind of stop
whatever
worrying about the usual comparison.
Yeah.
Especially if you have siblings. Like the one that really annoys me is like, I'm in secondary school, okay? Senior secondary. I'm solving physics and further maths. He is in primary school. He's doing the little English little ABCs. How can you compare my results?
Your brother got an A.
Your brother got an A. Is he doing the Pythagoras theorem and understanding the formulas like till date? If you're my math teacher, please don't watch this. But till date, I've not found a use for the Pythagoras theorem. I don't use it to measure how many amounts of salt I gotta put in food. You told me it was gonna be useful. It's not useful.
It's not, guys.
Show me where.
Honestly, what, like, why were we learning those things? Algebra, like,
we don't know how to pay taxes. We don't know how to get a job. How to prepare for an interview. How do you behave in, like, you know, the usual
exactly.
It's crazy.
How to save money? Like, why don't you teach us those things, guys? How to save money? Teach us. Yes, Jay. She's here. But teach us how. Teach us like daily things, guys. Things that we're going to like literally use in life. Did you guys have like life orientation?
What?
Life orientation.
I don't think so.
Practical arts.
If it's like, oh, you mean the home economics that we just never did? Exactly.
Okay, what about like classes about like life and everything like that? Or that was only like biology?
Unless you're talking about social studies, you know, the typical. There was like this subject called social studies.
Yeah, social studies.
Home economics. We had those, but it's nothing like practical. You're just like sitting out to pass an exam. No, I don't remember a single thing.
We had like life orientation.
We didn't have that.
Oh, we had practical arts.
We didn't have that.
First in like primary, which was kind of like life. Like just, I don't know, like, but it was kind of like a subject that included life situations, but a little bit of life situations, right? And just arts and drawing and coloring and doing the kid stuff. And then in high school, we had, what's this thing? We had life orientation, where you just speak about life things, contraceptives, depression. How can you teach us about but it was helpful, ne? You can teach us like depression. But then the thing is, our parents don't know anything about that. We go back home, we tell them we're depressed, and they tell us, what's that? You want special attention now. You're depressed. What is depression? What's wrong with you?
They taught you guys
you are
depression?
Black. Yeah, like depression.
They did not
like
teach
people
us
go through depression and all those things, you know.
They did not teach us none of that. We were just like that's something that you kind of find out by yourself, or like in those dark moments where you're like typing like, why do I feel like this? And then you have to discover, oh, there's actually something called a mental disorder. Yeah. If you try that in Nigeria, they just think there's something spiritually wrong with you.
Yeah. I feel like it's such like, as much as we vocalize about it, I also feel like us as the youth, we don't really vocalize as much about it. Like it's vocal, it's out there, but it's not like we have actually took a stand and actually been vocal and stood our ground about it.
Posting, you know, the usual posting typical pictures, awareness.
Yeah.
It's just not enough. We need that extra
It's
step.
not enough. Like we need to be vocal about it and talk about it. Like people, especially when you are away from home, I feel like a lot of people go through depression and they don't even know they're going through depression just because they have to pull up a front and be okay for their parents, you know? Like, no, my child is okay, you know? Like, I don't want my parent to worry or anything like that.
Yeah.
And also, like, around their friends and stuff like that. Like, we go through a lot of things. Like, sometimes school gets really hectic. Life gets really hectic. Because, like, a lot of things that you learned from home, you kind of have to unlearn them or learn them in your own way, own understanding.
Yeah. I think it's really more of, like, unlearning.
Yeah.
Like, now you're, like, in a new environment, in a new culture, in a new everything. And almost everything that you could do back home kind of doesn't really make sense here. Right? So,
yeah.
like, you know, the whole walking. I had this thing, like, back home, because we had a lot of robberies in our area, so like I was so used to locking my door.
I still do that.
Because like now everybody was like, oh, why are you locking the door? Even when you have a roommate, I'm gonna lock you outside. You're gonna knock.
I still do that even now.
I still do that. So
literally, Jane got in and I locked the door. Because I'm that type of person.
A lot of things, like, you kind of like, you have to learn and unlearn it, get used to being by yourself, going out by yourself, being responsible for your own food, deciding when to eat, deciding not when to eat. And also, like, deciding, because not a lot of us were raised in, like, religious homes already.
Yeah.
So now you're in that stage where you gotta decide for yourself whether you're going with this religion or not. And it's like, that's also, like, a very big turning point that people want to ignore, but they shouldn't. So it's
that's
like...
true.
Yeah.
Because, like, you get to a point where you're, like, you kind of discover certain things as to... I met a guy one time, and he was, like... He was in another specific religion, and he just chose to live it because there is Christianity, there is whatnot and stuff like that, whilst there's just only one God. So why do we all have to have all these other religions? And there's no... In his defense, we don't have... Or maybe where he was exposed to, environment he was exposed to, there was no religious tolerance. So maybe that is why he actually chose to, like, leave everything. And, like, when you try to actually talk to this person, because it's not like an attack, right? Like, why don't you believe in God, whatnot, and stuff like that? Because this is a person. He believed in God once, but then he chose not to because of maybe where he was exposed to. It was something. I had a point, guys. I'm sorry. I had a point that I wanted to say, but it got lost in my brain. Sorry.
This is the definition of unseriousness.
Jade, I'm gonna cut that out. I'm cutting that out.
No, you should keep it. What I wish more than anything right now was that this entire scene was animated. Cause it's so funny. It's like the facial expressions. Like I can imagine that, like the expressive cases that, like, I had a point.
I honestly did. I had a point, guys, but it just... Yeah, it got lost me. Actually, what I wanted to say was that, like, he stopped believing in God because there was no religious tolerance. And now he is here in a whole different place. And... it's just shy. He's gonna meet other people who probably are in that space of, do I believe in God? Do I believe in the teachings that I was brought up with? Or am I unlearning everything, in that space? And that person can, confuse them more if they get to talk and speak. I'm just saying. Like, it happens. So those are the things that we face being away from home or growing up. I feel like it's growing up.
It's more of growing up.
It's growing up.
Yeah.
It's growing up.
Any more questions?
Wait. God. Lord Jesus. It's growing up, guys. Wait. It's growing up, guys. It's really hectic, honestly. Jane, what's the one thing that pops in your head when someone says Jane?
Oh wow, are they calling me? And turn around. Who called my name, guys? That's what? That's what I was like, Jane. I'm like, hey, yeah.
Oh my goodness. Okay, what's the one thing that you would want to pop into people's heads when your name is mentioned?
She's weird, isn't she?
Jane, honestly.
No, like I'm like the worst person to ask questions. Like the worst person, because I don't have no specific answer. Like the first thing, I don't know. I know I'm weird. I think maybe like an accurate depiction of who I am, whoever that is. Oh my goodness, have you guys heard of did you hear what Jane did today? It's weird, isn't it? It's definitely.
So extraordinary.
Extraordinary is a good word.
Extraordinary.
But I kind of like weird because like weird is
Weird.
what I am. It's like
Weird is the new normal.
But to be honest though, weird really is a new normal for our generation. It's like 2021.
Yes, don't be normal, honey. Be extra. Ordinary. Okay, guys, that is the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching up to this far. And if you've watched up to this far, just comment down below extra. Cause we gotta be extraordinary. That's why. Jane,
Yes, darling.
do you have anything you want to share?
Number 1, staying in school. Number 2, I am not some crazy ass genius. So,
Cheers. Yes.
and number 3, anime is awesome. Naruto guide. Peace out.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Love you guys. Bye.